My name is Scott Englert, and together with David Loveday, we represent 3T Trash to Treasure Mining. We're here to present our landfill Bitcoin mining project that will turn another man's trash into your treasure. So what do we mean by trash? Well, actually, we're quite literally talking about trash. Did you know in 2022 alone, landfills in the city of LA are projected to burn over $55 million? But don't worry, 3T Mining is here to put out the flames. What's in it for you? We're projecting net profits of almost $300 million, a projected ROI of 164%, an investment recovery period of less than 2 years. We believe this is a highly lucrative opportunity that you won't want to miss out on. So what exactly is the problem we're tackling, and where do we see our opportunity? Landfills are the third largest source of methane emissions in the United States. Unfortunately, a vast majority of these emissions are either vented directly into the atmosphere or flared on site. This problem is very much a current local problem in cities across the country. As you can see on the map, many of these landfills are located right outside the big municipalities. Why do we think these municipalities care? Given recent legislation proposals and green initiatives, many, if not most, of these municipalities have recently cleared net carbon zero goals. So of course, having massive landfills without any emission recapture projects right outside their cities is not a great look. We at 3T have identified what we believe to be an unserved gap in the market that fits our project perfectly. On the plot, you see all the landfills in the United States. Those with recapture projects represented as filled dots. As you can see, there's a clear cluster of smaller landfills at the bottom that have no recapture projects. The reason for that is that usually these recapture projects are focused on large electricity generation projects requiring large amount of waste and gas generation. However, lucky for us, Bitcoin miners do not require large amounts of emissions and can be cost effective even at smaller scales. The actual procedure through which we will transform the gas through a generator into electricity that will power our miners is a proven concept that's already being used in the oil and gas industry. As you can see, the machinery does not take up a lot of space, which allows us to easily scale these projects as needed. So let's look at the finances. Before presenting our profit projections, let me quickly touch on the reason that makes this such a profitable and unique opportunity. Usually with crypto mining projects, the energy cost is the main expenditure constraint that drives profitability. By using a proven process that transforms gas into power for our crypto miners, we essentially get free electricity. This means we forgo the single biggest cost constraint on crypto mining and are not exposed to the risk of fluctuating energy costs. So what do profits look like? What is important to note before looking at the forecast results is that we decided to be rather conservative with our projections. As you probably know, Bitcoin has been performing exceptionally well over the past few years. We didn't think using historic rates was appropriate given the relative newness of Bitcoin as an asset, so we projected with caution. As you can see, the project is still extremely profitable. The solid lines in the graph represent project profits over time, which are dependent upon the Bitcoin price used for each scenario, represented by the dotted lines. Of course, we'll provide the detailed forecast numbers to you after the presentation, but for now, I just want to touch on a couple of scenarios. For a most conservative scenario at compounding decreasing Bitcoin prices of negative 20% year over year, we still project a profit of $22 million, breaking even by February 2024. Our base case of constant Bitcoin prices at the current rate of about $60,000 per coin, we project a total profit of nearly $200 million, which represents an ROI of 107%, breaking even within 60 months of project start. Our most optimistic projection, which again is projecting Bitcoin growth at less than historic rates, projects a profit of over $500 million, breaking even within the first year. As you can see, we're projected to be profitable even at much lower than current Bitcoin prices and are projected to recover the initial capital investment as soon as within 12 months. So how do we get the ball rolling? First, we will approach the target municipalities or algorithm identified and work with local leaders to make these projects happen. Why do we think these local leaders will want to entertain our proposal? Well, as mentioned before, many of these cities have made net carbon zero pledges recently. This project looks great for any local leader that wants to follow through on his word. More importantly, this is a risk-free income source that comes at no cost. These municipalities can use this income to either offset carbon credits or fund local green initiatives. All we ask from these municipalities is access to the local landfills where gas emissions are currently left untreated or are simply flared. So what is our ask from you? For initial target projects, we require a capital investment of $81 million. In addition, we'll need about $2 million annually in operating expenses. Again, as a reminder, we break even and recover these costs in 1 to 2 years, depending on how conservative we want the forecast. Also important to note is that this capital investment is not a sunk cost. As we prove our success and our initial target projects are exhausted, we can rescale and duplicate our 3T methodology at other landfills across the country by repurposing the machinery. Thank you for your time, and we hope you are as excited about this 3T project as we are.